Hey everyone, welcome to Sudbury Interviews. Today we have Sean Poluk, a longtime musician, blues player, and he also has a band that's playing weekly gigs in Sudbury, and we'll be talking about that just before we begin. You can join us on sudstown.com and join the conversation. Hey Sean,
Hey Danny, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. It's great to hear from you.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for
I've
taking the time to interview me.
I first heard about you. I think it was like 2012, and
hmm
you were playing with Chris. Your drummer was Chris.
Christopher Garlic. Well, he goes by Garlic, but it's actually Dardick. But yeah, actually, when I first moved to Sudbury, I think it was about 2011, maybe 2010. Um, Actually, he was the first guy I met up with when I moved to town. I went to a local bar and I was looking for guys to play with, and I saw Christopher playing, and I went up and talked to him during his break, and yeah, that's how I met Christopher. We went from there.
So take us back to the start of your musical journey. How old were you?
Let's see. Well, I mean, I was 10 years old when I first started playing guitar. Um, I started playing classical, taking classical guitar lessons. I really wasn't passionate about classical guitar. I kind of just, was going to the lessons, learning the stuff, and what I was really into was more, rock and blues and metal music at the time. So, by the time I turned like 14, 15, I'm playing in my folks' garage. We're jamming covers and, just having a good time.
So that was like a nylon string guitar?
Yeah, yeah, nylon string guitar. Well, lots of people might think of it as a flamenco guitar, similar style of guitar, but yes, nylon string guitar. So the vibrato is much different when you're bending a nylon string guitar than uh, a steel string guitar. So it's a little bit of a different technique. So
Does Zach Brown play a nylon string guitar in his earlier?
you know what? I'm not sure.
I
I'm not
think he
sure.
does.
Yeah,
I think he's the only one.
it's a nice sound. It's a nice sound for sure. Well, I believe Willie Nelson plays. I think Trigger. I think Trigger might be a nylon string guitar as well. The guitar he plays. So
So you're 14, 15, playing in your parents' garage,
yeah.
playing rock songs. So when did the blues come along for you?
Well, the blues was always there. That format, that style. The blues pentatonic scales and stuff like that. Um, but I think it came more later. Let's say. Like I got out of music for quite a while. I moved to BC, and then I was out of it for a while. I was a tradesman for a long time, and I got back into music, writing music, when I at about 2007 or 8. I started writing stuff and going to the studio recording. So that's probably when it started coming out. It was about that time.
What trade were you doing? Just out of
Uh,
curiosity.
Tile. Yeah, tile.
Nice.
Installing tile, doing pools and bathrooms and anything that tile goes on, I've probably tiled it. So, yeah.
Huh. So you've got a variety of skill sets.
Well, a couple anyways that pay the bills. You got to get the bills paid, right? So,
Right. So you're what I know from you the most is you're a great slide guitar player. I think that's what stands out the most. So how did you learn that? I don't even know how to do that myself at
well,
all.
the slide, I kind of tinkered around with it when I was young, like in my late teens. Um, Billy Gibbons and stuff was easy top. I try open G tuning, and I'd use the slide and mimic stuff that he would do. Elmore James type of stuff, and then I got into other open tunings. Like for now, what I'm doing now when I play live is I have 4 guitars on stage. I got one tuned in open D, one
Wow.
tuned in open C, one tuned in open G, and then a guitar tuned in standard tuning. So it just saves between songs. Changing your tuning on one guitar, it just takes up too much time, and the chances of breaking a string, go up,
Right.
tuning that much on a guitar. So just much easier to grab a guitar that's already in tune.
So when you're out gigging, you have four guitars?
Yeah,
That is
yeah, I
so
got
cool.
I got three old Stella guitars that I got pickups put in, and older like Stella acoustic guitars, uh, and then I got one Telecaster that's tuned in standard. So yeah, it's it's got a sound. They got a sound all to their own, and people are digging it. I think they're coming out, they're listening, they're dancing, they're having a good time, and that's what it's all about. Just getting in there, doing what you got to do.
So is this always something that you knew you wanted to do? Like you had a vision of it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, when I was younger doing the cover things, the cover bands, I really wasn't into that too much. It's
Hmm.
for me, it was going through the motions. What I really wanted to do was write and record my own music. And that's basically what I'm doing now. So when you come see me play around town, like you mentioned earlier, Wednesday nights we're at the lounge from 9 till 12, and it's all original music. So it's all my music. We play three sets starting at 9, and yeah, it's all my music, and yeah, I just enjoy it. I love it. People, when people come out and hear you play your own music, it's a different feeling. You know, see them get involved in dancing and feels good.
So when did you put out your first album record, your first original release?
That was in 2010, I believe it was. The album was called Never, and that's basically when I moved to Sudbury, and I hooked up with Christopher Garlick, the drummer, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I remember him telling me that it was a serious project and how great you were. And
Oh, geez,
no, it's true because he was
yeah,
he was playing cover gigs with me at the time too, and
yeah,
he's like, this Sean Pollock guy is a serious blues guy. Like he's going for it, and he's a great player. And you had a full band at the time, right?
yeah, yeah. It was a full band. Yeah, we had keys and bass and harmonica and
Wow.
drums, vocals, backup singer. Yeah, it it was great. Now we're a three-piece because no bass player. So when we play live, it's keyboards, drums, and myself on guitar. I play a lot of Piedmont style guitar and Travis picking style. So the Piedmont, if you don't know, it's a lot of bouncing back and forth on your bass notes
Mm,
with your thumb, and then you play melodies with your fingers. So between that and the keyboards and the vocals, it produces a lot of sound. So you're looking
yeah.
at three guys on stage, but sound coming off the stage just seems like there's five guys on stage or five people on stage, right? So there's no lack of frequencies. Everything's getting filled in.
So your first album was 2010, 11.
Yeah.
Then came the second. How long
Yes.
after?
So yeah, it was 2010, 11 was Never. Then it was a few years, and then it was No More Hate and Never Going to Lose. Those two albums were produced by Edith Salazar from Spain. So
Wow.
she got a lot of Spanish musicians to play on those two albums. So there's flamenco guitar, which is not me on those albums. I'm the slide guitar. I played steel guitar on those two albums. So, but there's Gitano singing, like Spanish singing, and flamenco guitar and world rhythms. So she put a lot of Latin influences in those two albums. And then after those two, it was C'est la Vie, which I produced and recorded myself. And Romanticism, the one after that,
Wow.
was last year. That's more of a roots folk, uh, modern folk album. There's slide and stuff on it, but I wouldn't call that album particularly blues. And then my latest album, which was just released this year, Gamut, that's blues and roots and similar pop folk, modern folk type of songs on them. So it's and actually it just reached number one on the Canadian Roots Music Report. I just found out on Monday, so that was kind of cool. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, that's incredible. I saw that myself because I'm on your mailing list.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Didn't know that. Thanks.
I've been on your mailing list for quite a while, and I'm a fan. And I
Well,
saw
thank
that,
you.
I'm like, that's really cool, man. That your album's number one.
Well, we'll see how long it lasts, but it's great that it's there. That means, some radio stations are playing it and people are listening to it. And that's what it's all about. Just it's about that, right?
Yeah, I'm happy for you. That's good news.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you have five or six albums.
6 albums, six
Six
studio
albums.
albums. Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And working on the next one now. So I know I got about 5 or 6 songs already for the next album, and like the last 2 albums, I did all the instrumentation myself. Drums, bass, guitar, vocals, and that. And then except for Gamut, Keith Bright from Sudbury. I know you play with Keith Bright sometimes. Um, Keyboard player. He played the keyboards on Gamut on pretty much all the songs on Gamut. So, because originally the album was written without any keys on it, and then I approached him and asked him if he was interested.
Hmm.
I sent him the tracks, and what he sent me back was just magical. It was great.
Yeah,
And I just said, you know what, this is it. Like, we're going to leave it just as it is. And I mixed them in, and there you have it. So yeah, he's on the whole album, Gamut.
it's cool that you say the word magical because I use that word to describe Keith too.
Yes, yes, he's a talented guy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So how do you write a song? Like, how do you start with that? How does your process work?
Well, for me, being a guitar player, it's always starts usually on an acoustic guitar, either a riff or a rhythmic, some type of rhythmic strumming, or maybe some rhythmic notes, a little line or something, and then from there, it's a lot of people ask me too about where do you start with the lyrics, and basically you just start just blurting out what comes to mind at the time, just to get the ball rolling, right? It might not make sense at the time. Some phrases might, some phrases might not. But once you get the ball rolling, it just comes together. Get your verse, get your chorus, get your bridge, and you know, if you want to listen to it from beginning to end, then you got something going on there. And I usually record it on my phone, so I'll put it down on my phone. A couple days later, I'll come back to it, with a fresh set of ears. I'll listen to it, and then if it still strikes me, hits my soul, and I'm like, yeah, there's something there, and then I'll carry on working on it. If I
Hmm.
don't like it a couple days later, then I'll just drop it and I'll just carry on with something else.
That sounds really good. That's nice, nice. Yeah. So the lyrics just sort of come to you naturally.
Yeah, I write what I know, so write what I see, write what I know,
Right.
what I hear. Um, yeah, that's it. I just keep it simple, really simple.
Are you always motivated to write, or do you go through ups and downs with it?
There'll be some ups and downs, but I try to play every day. Um, like there's no really magic potion to writing music. If you want to be good at writing music, you got to write, right? There's a lot of songs that are in the trash can, and probably lots of writers will tell you that. Like,
Yeah.
every song's not a hit, right? You got to write and just keep at it, and you get better at it as you go, right? So,
So you got to write to get it right,
yeah, exactly. You got to write to get it right. Definitely.
and
Yeah.
then if you get bright in there, you
Yeah, and then you get
might
bright
hit
and
a
it gets
home
right.
run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so here's the daily segment. This is a question I ask every guest. I think you're the first or the fourth one now.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we got to make sure I don't get it wrong. Okay, here it is. What is one thing that you feel would make Sudbury greater?
Hmm. That's a very good question. That would make it greater. Man, besides fixing the roads?
Well, if that's your one thing, then I would.
You know what? I lived a lot of places in Canada, and I got to tell you, Sudbury's roads, The worst.
Really?
The worst.
That's not good news.
The people are good, the roads are bad. You know what? It's hard to say. Like, the music community in Sudbury is doing well. It's really good. People are coming out to the shows, whether it be mine or anybody else's. You know, people are participating. It's great to see. Um, the downtown core is seems to be they're working on it, right? Getting it better, trying to get it better, trying to get people to come downtown again. That would be a good thing, right? Um, but yeah, it's I know I think they're on the right track. What do you think?
Well, I agree with all
Yeah,
of that. Absolutely, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I will be a guest on the show at some point.
yeah,
I
you got to be a guest. You're a local staple here.
I already found a co or a host for the days when I become the guest.
There you go.
That's when I'll be on the hot seat answering
Yes,
the
for sure.
questions.
Yeah, but
But
you can't know the questions though.
no, no, I don't even care what they are because I'm pretty good
Yeah,
at talking, and most of us are
yeah, yeah,
when we're being guided somehow.
yeah.
But I'm just working on trying to be a better interviewer because sometimes I freeze up and I don't know what to say anymore, and it's
Well,
part.
you're doing pretty good. I mean, I think you're doing well. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not. Your interviews are interesting, right? People are listening, and you sound natural at it. That's for sure. You sound like you know what you're doing. So keep doing it, Danny.
Hey, thanks, Sean. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's been a while since I've seen you. I mean, I think I seen you probably 2 summers ago. You were playing at a patio, and I was popped in with my wife Betty for a pint, and you were playing. Sounded great.
Really?
Yeah,
I was under the impression that I never met you before. Like, did we meet?
yeah. We met one time. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. We met one time.
and you know what? You're such a kind, gentle soul. I love the
Well,
videos that you make, and
thank you.
when you talk to your audience, and it's really gentle and kind and loving. Always, it always gives me a good feeling.
Well, it's all about the vibes, right? You know, it's what you put out there. It's that's all. Respect and dignity and kindness and goes a long way.
Here's another great question. I think I'm going to ask my guest this too. If you had $1 million tomorrow morning,
Hmm.
what would change in your life?
Probably not much, to be honest with you. Um, you know, it's $1 million. You know, like I mean, you hear this all the time, right? Yeah. What are you going to do when you get $1 million? Well, it's not going to buy you happiness because if you're not happy already, you know, you're not going to be happy with $1 million, and it's going to be gone probably very fast. You know, and you'd be back to where you were before. But I mean, the music's still going to happen. I mean, it's all about passions in life, right? It's why you get up in the morning, what drives you, right? Whatever it might be, you know. For me, it's music. I mean, I can sit here with my guitar and try to write some songs all day long, some grooves, some lyrics, and you know, I'm happy with that. You know, if I come out with a good song, like I'm really satisfied with that, right? So
Yeah,
you gotta find your passion in life, right? You know what your passion is, right? It's music as well. So I mean, you got to enjoy what you're doing to be doing as long as you have, right? So
that's a good answer
you
because
know,
if somebody gets a bunch of money and they don't change anything, it means they must be pretty happy because, you know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the
What's the change? Like, what you can buy some more stuff? I mean, yeah, you know, I don't know. What are you gonna get yourself a new car or something? You know, sure, why not? Maybe, but
yeah.
you know, basically, you know, I might buy another guitar. But I mean, I don't hang on to nothing. Like the guitars I have now are, you know, I didn't have them years ago, right? Uh, everything I have now is pretty much new. I got the same amp I had from maybe 20 years ago, but you know, everything's changed, right? It's like you just go through them and you buy something new, and But yeah,
So you're somebody who cycles through your belongings?
yeah, I don't like to hang on to stuff too long. Like if you have it and you don't use it, I figure this is like if you have something for a year and you haven't used it in a year, you don't need it.
Did you get that from
You don't
Wayne
need it.
Dyer?
I don't know.
Because
I
that's
don't even know. I
he
don't even know
always
who Wayne
said.
Dyer is. I don't know
Oh,
who that
okay.
is.
Well,
Yeah,
that was his rule. He was a famous spiritual guide type of thing, and
really, eh?
his rule was the 1 year rule because it's 4 seasons,
Yeah.
right? And if you haven't used it, and the exceptions are like a fire extinguisher or
Oh, of
something,
course. Yes, yes, that kind of stuff for sure.
but everything
Yeah.
else, yeah. Hey, you're pretty wise.
Yeah, we're all wise. Yeah. I'm so old. I'm wise. Yeah.
So how long's your beard?
How long's my beard?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I don't know. It's past mid chest, anyways. It's braided. It's
Yeah.
braided. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the braided beard. I like it. I like the look. It's nice. It's neat. It's neater.
So I'll leave you with this question. Let's say 10 years from now, what would you
Mhm.
like to accomplish with your music? What would you like to see happen?
Well, 10 years, geez. That's a long ways away. I like to be still doing what I'm doing, obviously, playing, writing, you know, hopefully I can put out an album a year. If not, one every year and a half, I don't want to go more than 2 years. Um, playing more shows, bigger shows, maybe more festivals, trying to get into more festivals. It's uh, it's not an easy gig to get into certain things, right? You just got to keep knocking on the doors, right? That's all you got to do. And you just have to keep doing what you're doing. If you're enjoying it and people are liking it, then the doors will open. You just have to keep doing what you're doing. That's all. Keep knocking.
Yeah, beautiful. Sudbury interviews, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And Sean, I just want to thank you again for your kindness and your beautiful soul.
Well,
Very,
Danny,
very
thank you for
warm.
having me on the show. I really appreciate the time you take for the interview. It's great. I enjoyed it. You're a great interviewer. So keep on doing that.
You're welcome anytime, man. I'll
Okay.
catch you soon. I've been meaning to get out there. Problem is I'm working too much
Yeah.
at
That's
my
well.
at my day job. So
Yeah.
Wednesday nights, that would have been last night. So
It's a tough one. But you know what? Just so you know, we're for the rest of July, we're there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
the three piece will be next Wednesday, and the last 3 Wednesdays of the month will just be a duo, myself and Mr. Dardick on drums. And then we're taking August off, and then September we're back again on Wednesdays, and then the odd Fridays. So, uh,
One last thing. Where do we find you if somebody wants to look up your music? And
well, it's everywhere you like to stream music. You can go to my personal website, which is seanpoluk.com, and that's SeanPoluk. That's the Irish way, Sean, SEAN, and .com. My albums are all on there. You can stream them there. You can see where the shows are, and there's some videos on there. And, there you have it.
great. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Take care. I hope to talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, man. Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, you too. Bye.